All right, good afternoon, Mustang Lives fans. We are broadcasting our first ever wrestling match tonight here on Mustangs Live. We are at Paul Faribault Court and Hank Morosky Gym for tonight's Tri-Meet between the San Marin Mustangs, the home team, San Rafael Bulldogs, and Redwood Giants. So, if you've never been to a wrestling match before, each team in the MCAL only gets one league match, and it's usually a tri-meet. Some schools will sponsor wrestling matches and large meets, like we had a tournament here back in December, the Green and Gold. Starting off tonight, we are going to broadcast Redwood versus San Rafael. So the rules kind of work as follows for the team. If a member wins by pinfall, that team gets 6 points. If you also have a forfeit, team gets 6 points. A win by default, an injury, or a disqualification, the teams will get 6 points as well. A win by technical fall, meaning that there's a differential between 15 or more points, team can earn 5 points. A win by a major decision, and that's anywhere between an 8 to 14 point differential, a team will get 4 points. And a win by decision will get you a team 3 points. And the way tri-meets work is one team will get a bye and basically be sitting this one out, and that's going to be chosen by San Marin. Head coaches for the team are Dan Donaldson, and the assistant coach is Manuel Boyd. So San Rafael, who's going to be led by Tom Kernan, is a head coach. Casey Shannon, who is a San Marin alum, is going to be the assistant coach. We're going to start off with the 106 weight class. Redwood head coach is Lachlan McHale, and they're going to start off as the 106. It's going to be Andrew Jai. It's going to be going up against Eric Burke. Then what will happen is we'll see weight classes at 106, 113, 120, 126, 132, 138, 145, 152, 160, 170, 182, 195, 220, and the heavyweights. And what we may have in certain cases, we could end up with double forfeits. So if neither school can get a person at that weight class, they're either going to have to forfeit, and if neither school has a person, you're going to get a double forfeit. So we're glad you're joining us on Mustangs Live. We know we got one person watching because I can see it as it pops up. So sit back, enjoy some wrestling here this evening. If you're not watching here for San Marin, at least you'll be able to see the second and third rounds. San Rafael is going to be decked out in white. It's going to be in black is going to be Redwood, and this is going to be Jai versus Aronoff. Now, if one player or one wrestler has their body outside, and what you also saw right now is one team, that's going to be the home team, getting actually 2 points. Right now I'm trying to see who is green and who is red. The referee is going to have a green. He's going to have a green mat or a green elbow pad and a red elbow pad or wrist wrap on each side. And the wrestlers will have to wear a green anklet or a red anklet. So right now San Rafael has a 2-0 lead, even though they're underneath. And we have a stoppage here, so we're going to run as much. I got 101 on the clock up here. I have 101. We also might get warnings as well. So we're going to have 59 seconds. We got a warning call here. And now you're going to see a opponent getting into the crawl position right here. So if the Redwood, it's right now, it's going to be Jai who is down below. If he gets out of this hold, San Rafael will earn a point. The Redwood player cannot earn a point by getting out of the hole, but there's a numerous amount of holes that he can get out of, or at least be in a pinning predicament. Right now, the San Rafael member, Jai, is getting turned over. If he is held in the position long enough, he's going to get hit by pinfall. Right now, Arnoff is holding the position over Jai. He's now able to get into almost a reverse headlock. And the referee is looking for the shoulders to be pinned, and we have a pinning predicament. Arnoff, who's going to pick up the pin, so San Rafael is going to get 6 points here. So you're going to see team scores, and you will see... You're going to see a team score, and you're going to see... That'll be to the right, and then you will see the main score. Each round is 2 minutes. If there is no pinfall in the first minute, then we are going to go to a second round. In the second round, coaches can choose if they want to go into that seated position or not. So next one, we're going to fight at 113s. And right now, Redwood wins that one. It's going to be Sammy Aronoff who's going to come up with the forfeit win. So Redwood's going to be up now 12-0. At 120, we are going to have Luca Cingolini for Redwood, and Diaby. It's Davey Maldonado at 120 as well for San Rafael. So both will shake hands. They'll come out. You might see one go for the legs early. So Lucas Cingolini is your Redwood, is decked out in black for Redwood. And Davey Maldonado is going to be in white with the red stripe. And what I'm looking for right now is the referee is going to signal if there's going to be point value added. Right now it's a collar elbow tie-up right here. Redwood right now is 4-0 in league. The way Tri-Meets work, both San Rafael and Marin are both coming in here at 1-3. It's also senior night here at Marin, so Graham Renshaw, Frenchie Carmona, who you'll hear about later in our broadcast, that will be wrestling their last matches in the Marin gym, not necessarily for Marin. And right now, Maldonado was down on the back. And we have 2 points for Redwood. And right now, it's going to be Cingolini in the riding position over Maldonado. Maldonado trying to break free. We got almost a flip position here. You're also going to see a student run on the court and tap the back of the referee. And what that does, it allows the referee to know that the time is running down. Sometimes they'll tap him almost with a second or two before the match. So Cingolini is actually going to be in the seated position, actually in a crouch position. So if Cingolini can break out of the hold and stand up, he's going to get a point out of this. Right now, though, Davey Maldonado is still clutching. He's clutching on the leg. He's trying to get around and trying to turn over Cingolini. Cingolino's almost gotten out of it. And one thing you'll also notice, too, is if you lock hands, if an opponent is able to lock their hands around another opponent, that's actually a foul, and that's a way for a team to score points. So you'll notice if you can see, it's a tad difficult. We don't have a camera person tonight, so we're actually on single camera. So right now you notice that Cingolini was able to get out, so scores another point for Redwood. We got about 47 seconds. Right now he's trying to pick him up. Said we have a nice flip position, but it's a neutral, so neither team scores there. It's been a pretty good matchup right here. Maldonado's been able to hold his own. It was Cingolini early, getting 2 points off the first round, but the second round, it's only been Cingolini just getting the 1 point for breaking the hold. Shooting for the legs is Maldonado. He's trying to get in and around on Cingolini. Cingolini's able to pull him down, and right now that's the end of our second period. So we're going to go to this third period right here. And it's going to be Maldonado, who's now going to be in the crouch position. Now, if Maldonado can get out of it, he's going to get the 1 point. But right now, Cingolini's riding high on the back. Maldonado's trying to stand up, and if he's able to stand up, he gets out of the hole. But right now, riding on the high side. And now we got a pinning predicament right here. But right now, Maldonado rode through that pin, and now is Cingolini down. Cingolini might be able to be pinned right here. Maldonado has got a good hold right above. He's trying to hook that elbow. This could turn into a major upset here. The referee's trying to get around to see if they can see it now. Cingolini worked his way out of it. Although Maldonado held on, got 2 points out of that. Actually, he was able to pick up 5 points. Both members are trying to roll their way out of it. Been a good competitive matchup. Cingolini's got his head technically slammed on the ground. Actually, he's right now in the riding position. So Maldonado gets 2 more points. It's now 7-5. Only 20 seconds left in this. Maldonado holds on. Rafael's going to earn the points. Maldonado's got a good grip, and he's not letting go right now. Allows Cingolini to stand up. That's going to be a point for Redwood to get out of the hold. Right now, Maldonado dove out there and was able to get the technical victory, 9-. Now the referee called 3 points at the very last second. So now we have our first tie. So ties are broken in overtime. And it's going to be a 1-minute overtime period. If the score is tied at the end of the first overtime, we will go to a second overtime. And then we break it down almost in the 30-second increments. So Maldonado, who is down by 3, early, came back in that third period. Came out with a 9-6 lead, and all of a sudden, very last time, Cingolini was able to score those last 3 points. So instead of the referee flipping the coin like object, instead these two are going to tie it up again. Near takedown there. Cingolini got Maldonado down. He's crouched. Cingolini's trying to either bulldog him down to the ground or trying to get behind Maldonado. And now we still don't have any points scored yet. Maldonado's trying to break out of that hold that Cingolini has him in. Cingolini got on his back. It's been a very good matchup here. Maldonado had him tied up at the waist. And we got 2 points, and you're going to get the victory for San Rafael. So Davey Maldonado ends up with the victory. It was an 11-9 victory, so it's going to be 3 points for San Rafael off the pinning win. After a quick talk, Marco Costa is going to end up with the victory at 126. So Marco Costa picks up 6 more points to make this 18-3 Redwood. And right now we're just waiting to find out So our next match is going to feature Benjamin Olsen at 132 versus Brandon Guerrero for San Rafael. And we have some discrepancy here in the scorebook. We're just going to keep it on here for a moment. Hope you're enjoying this one live on Mustangs Live. First time ever we broadcasted live wrestling here on YouTube on your Mustangs Live channel. So we're going to get Benjamin Olsen, who's going to be in the Redwood Black, versus Brandon Guerrero wrestling. This is a 132 weight class. And Olsen tried to go for the legs of Guerrero, but was unsuccessful. Now they're going to be tied up. Once again, Guerrero's going to go, and he's going to get no points on that attempted takedown. Guerrero's trying to roll over Olsen, but Olsen not successful. Now Olsen was able to get on top of Guerrero, and we got 2 points. And Guerrero's got a good leg. He had his legs wrapped around, or Olsen had his legs wrapped around. Now we get Olsen's in a pinning Prediction right over Guerrero, and Benjamin Olsen's going to pick up your 6 points for Redwood off the pinfall. I'm Greg Irish. I am your executive producer here at Mustangs Live, also your announcer. So if you want to harp on me for not knowing anything about wrestling, that is okay. All right, at 138, it's going to be a forfeit. Hallie Fox. And yes, females also wrestle here in wrestling. She is going to pick up the victory over Sarah Fell for the forfeit victory. Brings it to 30-3, and this is going to bring up the 145 weight class. And Ethan Bronoff is also going to pick up the forfeit victory. We're going to go to 152s, and that's going to bring up, for Redwood, Michael Aquistapache. And for Sarah Fell, it's going to be Berlin Montepiquet. Unless there was a change here that I didn't know about. So Aquistapache is going to wrestle. Actually, he's going to pick up the forfeit victory as well. And at the 160 weight class, this is going to bring up Luigi Andrade. And I believe actually, this is going to bring up Luigi Andrade versus Berlin Montepiquet. And right now, Andrade went right to the ground. Actually, this is Aquistapache. This is the 152 weight class, so we were right on this. As we set up the time once again. Aquistapache had ridden right there Montepiquet out of bounds. Trying to set up the clock here. I'm also running scoreboard as well. Aquistapache. And right now, Aquistapache is getting a warning from the refereeing. He's got to allow Montepiquet to get into a position. So Aquistapache almost lost the hold there, but instead he's pretty much in a riding position right over Montepiquet. Montepiquet is trying to get around. Aquistapache had to move his arms around. Now he's got more of a full hold. You'll see him actually tie up the leg as well, and now we got a pinfall. So Michael Aquistapache ends up with a pinfall win over Berlin Montepiquet, and that's going to bring up the 160-pound weight class. This is where Luigi Andrade is going to end up winning by forfeit. So we're going to go to the 182 weight class right now, and this is going to be Gabe Johnson facing off against Alex Zacharias. And Redwood also picks up another from the 170-pound weight class, picks up another victory by forfeit. So now we're at the 182s. Both are tied up. It's going to be Johnson in black Zacharias in white. Johnson shoots for the legs. He's still not able to get around there, but it's going to be Velasquez or Zacharias riding on top. And you'll see Zacharias with his legs extended out, trying to make sure that Johnson can't reach him. And what helped there was now Zacharias was able to almost get around on Johnson. A pretty even match. We're still at 0-0. Just starting in a minute right now. Johnson, who's underneath at this point. Zacharias is riding in the top position. Johnson was trying to ride out Zacharias to the outside. And now Zacharias picks up 2 points. Now he's got Johnson in a pinning predicament. And this time, Rafael picks up the pinfall win. Alex Zacharias with the pin makes this 54-9 contest. Rafael commanding lead. We're going to go to the 195 weight class now. What you'll also see in wrestling is opponents will go over and shake the hands of the coach. So 195 is going to be Michael Fitzsimmons. And this is going to be Cassandra Juarez fighting at 195. And Fitzsimmons is trying to turn over Juarez. He's having a hard time doing it. Juarez, low center of gravity. Now Juarez is down for a pinfall. She gets her head up, and that's getting her shoulders up as well. And we got a quick pinfall there. So Michael Fitzsimmons picks up the win by pinfall. This is going to move us to the 220 weight class. This is going to be Liam Lubamersky going up against Rocco Allenstein. And Rocco Allenstein will be out in black for Redwood. Going up against Liam Lubamersky. Lubamersky's a sophomore. It's his first year of wrestling. I believe Allenstein is actually making, is a junior. This could be a very good matchup here. 220 weight class. They're both pretty well close to each other. And Liam has an older brother, a heavyweight as well, Aiden. Shooting for the legs and picking him up is going to be Allenstein. Allenstein's going for the pin, but he got the 2 points right there. Yeah, we got a pinfall. Rocco Allenstein with the pin. And quick pin, he rode to the outside. And right now, Redwood is not fielding a heavyweight, so Aiden Lubamersky is going to end up winning this, and that's going to set the final score, 66-15. Redwood is going to defeat Rafael. And so we're going to take a quick break while Marin warms up. So your first match, your final score, it's going to put Redwood now at 5-0 in league. Rafael is going to drop to 1-4 overall. San Marin's going to warm up. We'll come back here in a couple minutes with the start of the next matches. Trying to see if it's going to be San Marin or if it's going to be Redwood. And once the one team has finished their second match, they're probably going to go home and leave San Marin to finalize the third one. So stick around. We'll be back in a few minutes with the start of the second match here on Mustangs Live. Right now you can see the San Marin wrestlers getting ready, warming up on the mat. We're going to start off in the 113 weight class. It's going to be Nate Brown. The 120 weight class will be Tim Pontes. 126 will be Jonathan Carmona. 132 will be Matt Ruse. 138 will be Fabian Carmona. 152 will be Graham Renshaw. 170 will be Frenchie Carmona. And we've got some injuries at the 182 class. Ryan Flores is out. At the 220, Nick Irish is also out. Same with the 195, Brian Ruiz-Can. And then we're going to go to the 106 class, so it kind of does a wraparound. And it's going to be Sasha Vyashevez who will be also doing this. And we will keep it on here. I'm going to cut the mic for a second, and we should be good to go. Get ready for some quick wrestling action coming up here on Mustangs Live. All right, and as we get ready here, your senior captains, Frenchie Carmona and Graham Renshaw. As mentioned, San Marin's coached by Dan Donaldson, longtime head coach here, and he's being assisted by Emmanuel Boyd, who is a longtime wrestling coach at San Rafael. So we're going to start off at the 113 weight class, and this is actually going to be a little switch. Andrew Jai is going to wrestle at 113 versus Nate Brown. So we're hoping you're enjoying our live broadcast here. First ever wrestling match that we've ever tried on Mustangs Live. We've been broadcasting for 3 years. So this is going to be Redwood and San Marin. The next matchup will be San Marin and San Rafael. So it's Brown versus Jai right now. Brown is wearing the green. Jai is going to be wearing the red. So Jai tries to shoot for the legs of Brown. So far, he's not able to try to turn over, and now Brown's trying to get him in a crossface. In this case, though, it's going to be Jai who's going to pick up the 2 points. Brown's in a crouch position. He's trying to, if he stands up, he can get out of the hold. Jai's almost trying to turn him over. Jai's in a riding position right over Brown. Jai's now trying to go for the leg. And Brown's trying to move over to the edge of the circle. If he gets over the edge of the circle and gets the body out, then they have to stop play. Brown's trying to get out of the hold. Jai's got a hand under each, trying to grab the wrist of Brown. Trying to turn him over now. Brown's locked up to the left, to Jai's right side. Jai's locked his legs. Now he's got his legs fully locked around Brown's midsection, trying to roll him over. And right now he may have, Jai ends up getting a point for Brown by locking his wrist right behind Brown's head. So Brown's going to be in the crouch position. 22.6 seconds remain here in the first period. If Brown can get out of this, he's going to earn a point. Brown's trying to turn over. It's his second season. He's a sophomore. Last year, wrestled at the 106 weight class. Now he's wrestling at 113. Brown still hasn't been able to get out of the position, but right now the buzzer's going to go off. So this time, Andrew Jai, he elected to go down into the crouch by losing that coin flip there. Brown immediately goes for the right leg. He's trying to turn Jai over. If he can get Jai over, he can earn some points here. Jai's trying to get to the outside. Brown's trying to turn him over. He's almost got him. He's got the right leg. He's trying to get a good grasp on it. If he can pull him. Jai tried to flip Brown. He couldn't do it, but now he gets on top of Brown and earns 2 more points. Jai is right now trying to get a crossface here, move, turning Brown around. He's got his legs he's got one arm, his left arm, pinned right underneath Brown's legs, but Brown was able to move out and about and get out of that little move there. So it's still going to be Jai who's going to be riding on top of Brown. Brown's trying to power his way out. If he stands up and gets out of the hold, he's going to earn the point. Said Brown gets around him and almost shot his way out. Actually, he got up and out of the hold, so it's a point for Sam Marin, but then 2 points for Redwood. Brown, though, has got on top of Jai. He's trying to turn him around. Brown can turn around. He also ends up with points. Brown ends up with the 2 points. Now he's going to try to roll over Jai. Jai's trying to get out of it. Brown hasn't released the hold, and we're going to go to the next period. It's a pretty good matchup right now between Nate Brown and Andrew Jai. Andrew Jai with a 2-point lead going into the third and final period. Brown now will be in the crouch position. Jai will ride on top. And we'll start this third period underway. Right now, Brown almost broke free. In fact, he's got a pretty good position if he can get that ankle lock, but he ended up missing it. And right now, they're going to award another point to Nate Brown for the second elbow wrist tie-up locking position on Andrew Jai. Now it makes it a 6-5 match. And Brown, if he can break the hold, can actually tie this match up. Jai immediately went for the ankle. Depending on quickness, you can get out of that pretty quick. Brown he's almost in a headlock type of position. Brown's trying to get the elbow or the wrist away of Jai away from his collarbone area. Right now, Brown is holding out Jai, if he just stays on top of him. And now we're going to get a warning. Referee called for a warning. Jai was riding him, and he almost got him into a chokehold. So Jai is trying to get right on top of Brown. He's trying to lock his fingers down below. Now you can ride, if the referee doesn't see it, you can almost get away with your hands locked. Right now he's almost got him in Jai's almost got Brown into a full Nelson. Brown's trying to work his way free out of this. Jai only maybe had an inch or 2 inch advantage over Brown. Weight size was about negligible. Jai's got both legs locked around Brown's waist. And we got 24.2 seconds remain. No points in this third period as of yet. Brown can get out of this. He can tie it up. We might be going to overtime. And we got a green. We got a tie game here, tie match. It's going on neutral at this point now because it's tied. It's neutral, so Brown with a shot to actually win this. He was down early. Jai goes, shoots for the legs. Right now, Brown's going to ride on top, and Brown's going to get the 2 points. And now it's a matter of time. Nathan Brown is going to win this match on an 8-6 win with a last shoot turnaround on Andrew Jai. Sam Marin's going to pick up the 3 points. So Nate Brown is your winner. So Nate Brown picks up the first 3 points for Sam Marin. That's going to take us to the 120-pound weight class. It's going to be Tim Pontes versus Luca Cingolini. Cingolini was a forfeit winner earlier tonight, so it's going to be technically his first matchup as well. So Pontes and Cingolini tied up, and right away, Brown goes directly at the feet and picks up 2 points. Pontes trying to turn over Cingolini. He's going to get ridden out of bounds. Cingolini's going to pick up now 2 points. Cingolini gets right around on Pontes. So now we got a 2-2 match tie-up. Cingolini is trying to get his hands around. Almost got a pinfall right there. Pontes was able to turn over. But now Cingolini picks up 2 more points. He's trying to reach for the leg and trying to turn him over for the pinfall. And Pontes is just trying to stand up. If he can stand up and get out of the hold, he gets the point. He almost got pinned right there again. Now Pontes is almost fully outside the circle. Once you're outside the circle, you got to break the hold and actually start back in the neutral position. And right now, Cingolini ended up with a right hook almost to the ear hole of Pontes. The referee's going to call for a foul, and Sam Marin will pick up a point. So because Sam Marin is behind, Pontes is going to start in the kneel position. Pontes can stand up. He's almost got turned over. Cingolini is going to get 2 points there for the near near pin or the near on the drag out hold. Cingolini is almost fully turned over Pontes. Cingolini a little more muscular in this matchup. Pontes getting turned around. He's gotten into a pinfall. He's trying to break around. If he can hold on for one more second, we're going to go to pin. So Pontes survives that first round right there. So Marin won the flip. Cingolini is going to stay in the sitting position. And for the near pinfall, Redwood's going to pick up 2 more points. Pontes trying to run Cingolini out. Cingolini gets the point for breaking the escape here. Tie up, but Pontes right now is in a front face lock. Pontes, if he can get him turned over, might have a pinning predicament here. Cingolini's able to stand up, but he still can't break the hold. Pontes is able to drive Cingolini almost back down to one knee, but no points awarded there. Brown still has technically the upper body advantage right there. Pontes trying to throw down Cingolini. Instead, Cingolini rolls over Pontes. Cingolini for that rollout gets 2 points. Right now, Cingolini has one of Pontes' hands tied behind his back. Pontes trying to work his way free. Pontes trying to turn over and is actually able to almost get out of that one. He's keeping that right shoulder off the mat. If Cingolini can roll it. Now, and we got a pinfall right there. So Lucas Cingolini ends up winning his one and only match by pinfall over Tim Pontes. Good to see we got some administrators here tonight. Dr. Mark Sims, Marin principal, making our administration's first viewing of our wrestlers this year. And I know Dennis Davis is waiting for me to say something, but he was actually our tournament director for our green and gold, so that may not necessarily count. We also got some of our esteemed Marine Corps members here, too. And as I reset the clock here, it's going to be Jonathan Carmona at 126 versus Marco Costa. So Costa's on top of Jonathan Carmona. It's not going to be the first Carmona you're going to hear tonight. There are 3 of them out here. So Costa trying to get around, and he's fully gotten around. But he's so on top right now, he can't get the shoulders pinned to the mat. He's almost got Carmona's shoulder pin, but Carmona rolled through it. And Costa still can't roll around. Costa's in such a good position right now that Jonathan Carmona is going to have all sorts of problems. He's just rolling his shoulders over, trying to negate the upper body advantage that Costa has right now. And we do have a pinfall. So Marco Costa with the pinfall victory over Jonathan Carmona. That's going to bring us to the 132-pound weight class. It's going to be Benjamin Olsen for Redwood versus Matt Ruse. And while we wait, I'm going to try to nibble on some salad here. So Ruse and Olsen will start off the action at the 132 weight class. Marin is decked out in green, gold lettering on the stripes. Redwood in the singlets, single uniform, is in the black uniforms. And Olsen with a quick takedown of Ruse. And Ruse got outside the circle. No point. Actually, it's going to be 3 points added for Redwood and 1 point for Marin. Marin getting out of the hold. Olsen's going to pick up 3 points here. It's going to be, since Ruse is losing at this point, he's going to be in the crouch position. And we got a false start call here. Olsen will get around Ruse. Olsen is in pretty good control right here. Rode on top of Ruse and able to push his body down. Now he's got a near pinning predicament right here. Ruse got his elbow, trying to get his right shoulder up. Actually, his left. Now he's on his right. He actually turns over. But Olsen's going to able to pick up the 3 points. Ruse trying to roll over. Gets over to his right side. Ruse almost broke away out of that one. 2 more points for Redwood. Ruse almost nearly pinned right now. He's trying to work his way out from underneath the pin, but we do have a pinfall. So Benjamin Olsen is going to pick up the pin. It's going to make this an 18-3 matchup. It's going to send Fabian Carmona, also known as Fobs, going up against Hallie Fox. Or maybe not, because we didn't get any name of this wrestler for Redwood. So Fabian Carmona is going to go up a wrestler, but I did not get the name. So Carmona's thrown to the mat. That's going to be 2 points right there. Carmona's almost able to turn his way out of the move. So the Redwood wrestler, whose name we did not pick up. And Carmona's going to break out of the hold. He's going to get a point. Two points for the command position for the Redwood wrestler. Carmona almost got taken around and spun into the pin, but he was able to break his way out of it. Near fall for the Redwood wrestler. Fabian Carmona got out of it, so he's going to pick up a point. Shoots for the legs and almost has Redwood wrestler. Almost got him into a quick pinfall. He shot at the legs and was able to get the Redwood wrestler down. Now it's 8-2. Looks like he was trying to get him in a rear naked chokehold there, but he's actually got his elbow on top of Carmona's head. Now Carmona's down, sprawled flat. Carmona rolls and turns over. Still can't get him into the pinfall, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter, or the first period. So Redwood wanted to go in the bottom position here. So Fabian Carmona will cover. And we will start this match off in the second period. And by getting out of the pinfall position in a pretty quick manner, the Redwood wrestler is going to be able to get 2 points, but then Carmona is going to pick up 1. Carmona's going to shoot for the legs. Actually, the Redwood wrestler's got a hand on both of Carmona's legs. Carmona is going to be trying for one leg and grabbing for the wrist and try to turn him over. And Carmona picks up 2 points, as well as 2 for Redwood. It's turning into a pretty entertaining match here. Carmona's now going to be riding on top. Redwood wrestler has Carmona locked in. He had him locked in from behind, not in a choke. Carmona's able to work his head free. He's trying to avoid getting turned over to his right like that. So far, Carmona has almost worked his way out of at least 2 holds. He's still in the defending position down on the bottom. Carmona might make this to the 3rd round. Trying to roll his way out. And the Redwood wrestler just cannot roll over Carmona. It's going to be the end of the second period now. So it's going to take us to the 3rd and final, unless we end up with an overtime victory. So Carmona looking to turn over. Right now it's Carmona gets turned over almost in a near pinfall. And wrestlers will tell you they don't mind losing. It's getting pinned. That's what you definitely don't want to have happen. Redwood wrestler's got his leg locked right in behind Carmona's right leg. He's trying with a crossface down below. Trying to roll Carmona over, but Carmona can't be rolled over in that position. In fact, he's able to actually do something a little more. Still couldn't get out of the hold. Fabian Carmona, it's his 2nd year as well. He's a sophomore. Went to the MCAL finals last year. Actually made it to NCS. Redwood picked up 2 points right there. Carmona will go into the crouch position, try to work his way out. Redwood picks up 2 more points. Carmona still, he's almost in a pin. Still's keeping that left shoulder up. The Redwood wrestler just cannot get Carmona turned over. 15 seconds remain. Carmona's still trying to hold, and the Redwood wrestler finally gets the pinfall. So Fabian Carmona loses by pinfall. And at the 145 weight class, Ethan Broff is going to win by forfeit. And this is going to take us to the 152 weight class. Michael Aquistapache is going to go up against senior Graham Renshaw, who's wearing white today. It's a white singlet. So Aquistapache versus Renshaw. Excuses for the loud chewing here of the salad. Right now it's a tie-up. Renshaw just got him outside the mat. Neither wrestler right now with an advantage. Aquistapache goes for the switch, goes for the legs, but Renshaw had the control right there. And he shot for the legs. Renshaw's trying to turn up and turn around. And Aquistapache was actually trying to get to Renshaw to stand up and almost throw him over. Almost like that, and that's a 2-point for Redwood. Aquistapache is now in control. Renshaw actually was able to get out of the hold and earns a point. So Renshaw Sr. in his second year here at San Marin. Also my TA in my weightlifting class, and also takes my weightlifting class as well. So we see a lot of each other on a daily basis. And Aquistapache sprawls out Renshaw on the ground. And Aquistapache picks up 2 more points for the 6-1 advantage. Aquistapache trying to reach for Renshaw's left leg and trying to turn him over. This one's going to go to the second round here. Aquistapache almost got up. Almost allowing Renshaw to pick up a second point, and he realized he didn't have the time. He was about 3 seconds off. So Renshaw, who's going to be in the losing predicament right now, is going to go down on his legs. So Aquistapache is going to try to reach for the left leg of Renshaw. Still can't turn over Renshaw right now. Renshaw almost got his way out of it. Aquistapache is trying to reach for the leg, and right now we have a stoppage in time at 1:35. Renshaw will go back on all fours. And Aquistapache is going to go here. It's actually Aquistapache. Renshaw almost walked his way out of it. And we got a stoppage in play once again. It's a technical violation on Renshaw. It's actually grabbing from behind. So it's now going to be Aquistapache with a 7-1 lead over Renshaw. Aquistapache actually gets Renshaw quickly on his back, but ends up starting to lose the hold. Quistaponche trying to dig his way behind Renshaw. Renshaw almost stood his way up. Quistaponche doesn't have a great hold. Now he's got him more or less driven down. Quistaponche is going to try to get him in a crossface hold. Renshaw's walking his way over to the center of the mat. Quistaponche is riding Renshaw's back. Renshaw's trying to move his way forward and trying to break this hold. Quistaponche trying to roll over. Trying to get the rollover, but right now, Renshaw's holding his own. He's able to still keep this at a 7-1 matchup, and we are going to go to the third period. So it'll be this time, Renshaw is going to be in the stand-up position. Quistaponche is going to be in the grounded position. And we'll get the third period underway. Unless Renshaw can get away. Said Quistaponche was able to get out of the hold. It makes it 9-2. Renshaw drove Quistaponche out of bounds. As Quistaponche dives at the legs of Renshaw. Renshaw's trying to drive Quistaponche's head, and he's trying to reach back and grab a leg. Renshaw almost gets his way out of there. He's got it's an ankle lock, and Quistaponche let go, and now Renshaw was able to bulldog Quistaponche down. Now he's got the back position, earns 2 points. Quistaponche had his arm locked. And he's going to get 11. He's going to be now 11-4. And he's going to be back on top of riding Renshaw. So Quistaponche, he may just be content right now staying on top of Renshaw. He's got a commanding 11-4 lead. And we got a warning. So Michael Quistaponche right now with an 11-4 lead. We got 26.3 seconds remaining here in the third and final period. So Renshaw trying to walk his way out. He was in the lower position. If he can get Quistaponche tried to roll over Renshaw. He's got his arms locked below. Renshaw broke the hands away. And that's going to be the final score. It's going to be 11-4. Michael Quistaponche with a victory over Graham Renshaw. Now on your score, it's only a 7-point victory, so it's only going to be 3 points for Redwood. So Luigi Andrade is going to win by forfeit in the weight class at 160. Marin doesn't have a wrestler, and that's going to take us to the 170 weight class, which is going to be Miles Dean versus Frenchie Luis Carmona. Frenchie Carmona is one of the top grapplers here in the county. He's undefeated this season. Came home with a second-place trophy at the Snowden Memorial Tournament on Saturday, losing only to a Willows wrestler who's one of the top in the state. Carmona picks up a quick 2 points here over Dean. Dean's able to break away from the hold. Dean shoots for Carmona's legs. Carmona's riding on top of him, trying to grind his head into the mat. Instead, we're going to have a collar and elbow tie-up, and then we are going to be back in a neutral position. Carmona actually rolled out and around and through, and Carmona's going to pick up 2 points for being in the up top riding position. Carmona's got now his 2 legs right behind Dean. And Dean's in a tough position here. Carmona's a 3-year wrestler, is one of the 2 senior captains on this team. Also played football, offense and defensive lineman for San Marin. He's got him almost in a sleeper. It's a crossface hold. It almost looked like a sleeper move. And Carmona's just kind of riding this one out until the end of the period. Carmona trying to ride over Dean. Dean's having issues trying to get out of it. Carmona's trying for that pin. He wants to roll him over to his left side. And we're going to go to the end of the first period. Frenchie Carmona with a 4-1 advantage over Miles Dean. So Carmona in the lead chose to go to the bottom position. And we're going to get a timeout here, and I'm not sure why. And I think it's actually Dean who's possibly coming up injured here, or at least possibly with a nosebleed. We'll just keep this one off camera because I'm not 100% sure what's going on. But, yeah, he's bleeding. It looks like it's a nosebleed. Now, if Dean can't go forward, it's a win by disqualification, and that's 6 points for San Marin. And right now they're trying to pack Dean's nose with some gauze and try to keep him from not bleeding. Rafael also had Brandon, our San Marin trainer. He's down here as well. So Carmona will start in the bulldog in the ground position. And quickly Carmona turned around in less than a second and a half and earns 2 points. Off that turnaround. And right now we got another stoppage of play. It doesn't look like he's bleeding. Dean ended up chucking away the whatever he had in his nose. It's not necessarily a stall tactic. He's trying to shove that back up there, just trying to make sure that he doesn't have any leakage coming out of the left nostril. By the way, this is not Dr. Phil. I have zero clue about anything medical at this point. But because we're having it off camera, depending on how many people are actually watching this. So this time Dean is going to be now in the crouch position. Carmona will be on top. Carmona quickly throws Dean to the ground. They can't roll him over. If he would have rolled him over immediately, that would have been a near fall and 2 points. Instead, now Carmona nearly cradled Dean. Carmona now has actually Dean in a cradle, waiting for the position, and you got a pinfall for Frenchie Carmona. Frenchie Carmona with a pinfall over Miles Dean at the 170 weight class. At 182 now, it's going to be Gabe Johnson getting the forfeit victory. And unfortunately, Ryan Flores is out with an injury. So 182, it's going to be Gabe Johnson with the win. At 195, it's going to be Michael Fitzsimmons getting the forfeit victory over Brian Ruiz-Can, who Brian is also out with injury. And then at 220, it's going to be Rocco Allenstein, who also wins by forfeit over Nick Irish, who's also out with injury. And San Marin doesn't host a heavyweight, and neither does Redwood, so each team picks up 6 points on that one for the double forfeit. And so that's going to be your final score here. 62-15. Redwood is going to increase their record to 6-0. We're going to take a few-minute break. Actually, I'm sorry. We're going to go back to the 106 weight class. Sasha Vyasicek is going to go up against Sammy Aronoff. So Sasha, who did really well the other day. Sasha almost in a near pinfall right now. And now Sasha Vyasicek rolls over Aronoff. Now it's Aronoff who's in the trouble position at this point. This is a great matchup at the 106 right now. It's been exciting. Vyasicek right now seems to be in control. And he picks up the pinfall win. So Sasha Vyasicek in 40 seconds wins by pinfall over Sammy Aronoff. So what we thought was the final score, we were wrong on that. Redwood is going to defeat San Marin 62-21. It's going to drop San Marin to 1-5 right now. Redwood's going to go undefeated at 6-0, and I believe they're going to go up against Tam next week. So as the wrestlers shake hands here after this matchup, we're going to go back to San Marin and San Rafael for the final matches of the evening tonight. So we'll cut to break for about 5 minutes. Come on back. San Marin and San Rafael both coming in here for their last matchup at 1-5 tonight. Hope you're joining us on Mustangs Live. We are sponsored by our San Marin Sports Boosters, who provide our road wireless, and we apologize for last night's fiasco at Terra Linda. Terra Linda does not have any Wi-Fi adapters and controllers in their gym. The closest is behind the gym, so it does, and there's no boosters. And because of the way Terra Linda is laid out, surrounded by hills, we could not broadcast down there, and what we could broadcast was choppy and kind of a joke. So our next basketball broadcast, we're not broadcasting tomorrow night at Justin Siena. We're going to go Tuesday night. Here, it's going to be San Marin versus Drake in a wraparound of the schedule. Girls will start at 6, boys at 7:30, but we are going to cut back here. We'll reset this. We're going to cut the break, and we'll come back with San Rafael versus San Marin, final matches of the evening, here on Mustangs Live. All right, we're back here for the start of the third and final set. It's going to be San Rafael, decked out in red, going up against Marin. Both teams come in here with a 1-4 record. And this time we're going to start off with a 120 weight class, and that's going to be Tim Pontes. And he's going to go up against Diaby Maldonado. Maldonado was victorious in his first match. Marin's decked out in all green. White lettering, except the seniors who are wearing all white tonight. Although that may not be the case in this matchup because San Rafael, I believe, is going to be dressed out in all white. And so you can't have colors clashing. So our first matchup is going to be at 120. It's going to be Diaby Maldonado versus Tim Pontes. And so we get this match underway. Maldonado has a distinct height disadvantage to Pontes. Pontes has got about a 2 to 3 inch height advantage. But he's able to get around on Pontes and pick up the early 2 points. Right now, Pontes trying to work his way out, getting toward the outer edge of the circle. Almost able to roll Pontes out. Pontes is almost in a pinfall position. So near fall for Maldonado puts San Rafael up 5-0. We lost all those Redwood wrestlers, so we lost a lot of our crowd noise as well. Pontes trying to break out of the hold here. Maldonado's going wide. Trying to get around on the right side and try to roll Pontes over. Pontes trying to roll forward and try to stand up out of this, but he's almost got rolled over and turned. Maldonado picks up the pinfall. So at the 127 mark of the first round, it's going to be San Rafael picking up the 6-0 pinfall here. Now we'll have Jonathan Carmona going up against Zazil Chacon. This will be in the 126 weight pound class. Actually, Jonathan Carmona is going to pick up the forfeit victory. This is going to pit at 132. This is going to be Matt Ruse versus Brandon Guerrero. So Ruse will start off. Starts off, and he's actually in down position. Guerrero turns around on Ruse and picks up 2 early points. Ruse worked his way out. So Ruse is now, because he's losing, is actually going to be in the bulldog position. Starts on his legs, and Guerrero tried to turn him over. Almost got it. Almost got a full turnover. Ruse is trying to work his way out. He's almost able to walk out, and he actually is going to be standing out. No, he couldn't get outside. Neither could get outside the circle fully. And Ruse gets pulled back in by Guerrero. Guerrero still can't turn Ruse over. Ruse holds possibly a maybe an inch to 2 inch height advantage. Ruse ties up Guerrero. And the clock never started. I got 105. I got 105 on here. So because the clock didn't start, I'm actually, in theory, the timekeeper here. So I've got 105 on this. Instead, we got 150 up there on the clock. So neither wrestler will start in that position. Guerrero goes on top, trying to shoot for the legs. Almost pinned Ruse. Ruse is almost nearly on the outside. And we're going to get a near fall. Ruse picked up a point somewhere, but Guerrero with a near fall. So Ruse is going to try to turn over, get out of the ground position here. Guerrero trying to step back over, gets Ruse down further, flat on the mat. Ruse trying to make sure he doesn't get rolled over. Was able to slip that arm out, so Guerrero couldn't get a full position. Guerrero's got him behind the neck. Guerrero had him in pinfall position. He had the leg up, but Ruse was able to sneak his way out. Ruse is almost out. Ruse holds on for another 30 seconds. We're going to go 2 seconds, 1, and that's going to be the end of the first period. Guerrero picks up 2 more points on that. It's going to make it 9-1. And we're starting off. Ruse actually gets on top. And gets the advantage. Ruse puts up 7-3. Ruse picks up the pinfall. Just like that. So Matt Ruse with a huge pinfall victory for San Marin that came out of absolutely nowhere. Brandon Guerrero had absolute control of this match. So Fabian Carmona now. Will come out, and I believe he's going to be unopposed, so San Marin's going to win this one by forfeit. So Fabian Carmona will pick up the forfeit victory. San Marin a 18-6 win, and this is going to set up the 152 matchup between Graham Renshaw and Berlin Montepiquet. And actually, that's not. Renshaw is going to pick up the forfeit victory. So we're going to go to 160, and that's going to be a double forfeit. And I believe we're going to get a double pinfall. We're going to go at 170. It's going to be Frenchie Carmona going up against Andres Velasco. Actually, Alex Zacharias is going to pick up the forfeit victory at 170, and at 182, Frenchie Carmona is going to go up against Alex Zacharias. A show of good sportsmanship here for Sam Marin. So Velasco gets the win. It's now going to be Frenchie Carmona at the 182 spot going up against Alex Zacharias. Still holds Sam Marin with a 30-18 lead. Carmona chose to go up there to the higher weight class. This one usually is reserved for Ryan Flores, but Flores being out with injury, Carmona is now going to step up and go up a higher weight class. Both are tied up right now. Collar and elbow tie up. Carmona shoots for the legs. Zacharias was able to work his way out. For Carmona, who's undefeated at 170 at 5-0 right now. Bumping up a weight class. Kind of more of a challenge for him. Carmona's not able to get turned around on Zacharias, but he's able to put Zacharias' head into the mat. And Carmona's going to pick up 2 points. A dominant position here. Zacharias holds a 12-pound weight advantage here. But Carmona is definitely one of the most skilled wrestlers here in the county. Carmona trying to turn over Zacharias. Carmona holds the advantage over Zacharias. Trying to turn around on him. Carmona's trying to turn over Zacharias, and Zacharias may just hold this one out for another 8 seconds. Try not to get out of the pinfall. And Carmona almost had Zacharias pinned right there. So Carmona is going to go. It was his choice. Carmona almost picked up 2 points on the near pinfall. Carmona is going to go into the grounded position. Zacharias will be on top. We'll see how fast Carmona is because he's been able to get out of these holds relatively quick. Trying to break Zacharias, and he earns the 1 point by breaking the hold and getting out of that grounded position. Tie up with Carmona and Zacharias. There's still collar and elbow tie up, but neither one has an advantage right now. Quick reminder, we are on the air on Tuesday night. Sam Marin and Drake. Drake comes to town for a rematch. It's a wraparound of the MCAL schedule. Zacharias dove for the legs of Carmona, but could not get him down. Carmona is just starting to wear Zacharias down with strength. At 170, Frenchie Carmona is one of the strongest wrestlers in the county. Played offensive and defensive line. Right now, Zacharias is trying to turn over Carmona. Ref hasn't signaled anything. Yeah, right now, Zacharias is going to earn 2 points. So Carmona, and actually both moved beforehand. Carmona's trying to slip out quickly. Carmona easily gets out of that, earns the point. And now has Zacharias flat on the ground. Carmona's riding over him. And we're getting ready to go here to the third period. Zacharias is still trying to stay out of the pinfall and turns it around. And we're going to get 2 points for each wrestler. So this time Zacharias will choose to be in the grounded position to start this period, actually, because Carmona started in the grounded position the period before. Now Zacharias has the capability. Zacharias is having issues trying to escape out of the hold of Carmona. Carmona got around him. And Carmona, by doing that, picks up the 2 points. Now Carmona's trying to pin Zacharias. He's almost had him. He's got his legs locked around him. Carmona gets him in a crossface. You can't see from this angle. Carmona looking for the pinfall here. Might be the only wrestler here today with a double pinfall. Right now, Zacharias turned the tables on Carmona. Got the shoulders turned over. And right now, Zacharias pulls off the shocking victory. So Zacharias pulls off the victory over Carmona, where Carmona had a comfortable lead. And right now we're going to get forfeits at the 195 and the 220 weight class. So that's going to put Rafael up by 6. So Cassandra Juarez is going to win by forfeit at 195. Liam Lubomirsky is going to win at 220. And Aiden Lubomirsky is going to win at the heavyweight. And so that's going to leave us with Sasha Vyacheslav. So we're back down to the 106 weight class. We're going to have Sasha Vyacheslav. Who's going to pick up the pinfall at 106, and Eric Burke is now going to wrestle at 113. So this could end up either in a tie. If Brown can pin Burke, we have a tie at 42. And it's going to be the only way Sam Marin is going to win this overall matchup. So right now it's Burke and Brown. Brown wrestling green, Burke in white. This will be our last match of the evening tonight. Collar and elbow tie up here. Brown trying to roll his way over on Burke. Nate Brown picks up 2 quick points. for in the command position here. He's riding on top of Burke. He's trying to roll Burke over. He's actually got about a 6-pound advantage on Burke. And Brown's grinding him into the mat. Burke has almost worked his way out, but Brown's got a good position right on the leg. Almost slipped it off. Brown's got him in a pin position. They almost had him. He's going to pick up another 2 points. So Nate Brown has been in command of this match right now over Eric Burke. And now they've been issued a stall warning on Burke. Also, if it's a 15-point victory, Marin will earn the full 6 points. Trying to turn over his Burke, but right now, Burke's now in a pin position. It's only 10 seconds. He's trying to bridge his way. Burke's trying to bridge his way out. We got a pinfall. Nate Brown comes up with the pin. And that is going to end this matchup at 42 all. So if the scores are correct, we got 42 all on each side. So 153 of the first period, Nate Brown is going to win by pinfall over Eric Burke. And if we're reading the score right, which I believe I am, we got a 42-42 tie. So that is going to wrap it up here at Hank Morawski Gym. Hope you enjoyed our first ever Mustangs Live wrestling matches. Redwood, Marin, and San Rafael going at it in the Tri-Meet up here. Marin will wrestle on Saturday at the possibly last ever Marin Catholic Dawn to Dusk tournament. There's been a lot of rumors going around the county that Marin Catholic is going to be bailing on their wrestling program. And so next week, Marin will be going to Terralinda to face, or to Tamaulipas to face Terralinda and Tam. I'm Greg Irish. I've been your executive producer, cameraman, and announcer. Hope you have a good night, everybody. We will see you Tuesday night for Marin and Drake basketball. Have a good night. I had 42 all.
I had 36 all.
Yeah, 36-42. I just had a tie, so.
So it's not possible for me just to take off my jeans and put on my shorts and just go in there with one of their heavyweights?
Yep. Not unless you want to have everything DQ'd.